day, and welcome back to another episode of Good Neighbors Podcast Show.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
I am your co-host for those that is now tuning in for the very, very first time. I am Dre. And this is my man right here, Mont Diggy.
Nice to meet y'all. Greetings and salutations.
And as you hear today, we on another smooth coast, baby.
WGUUD. Good neighbors.
All day. So how y'all doing today there, baby? We are living well. We are fine. Let's get into this. So, you know, a lot of times, a lot of us go through some stuff. We got to be mentally prepared, physically prepared, emotionally prepared, spiritually prepared, right?
Dig it.
So, through our journeys, we all have. There's going to be them bumps in the roads. There's going to be some smooth sailing. There's going to be some smooth coasting. It's going to be some laughs, some heartaches, some pitfalls. But you got to stay ready and mentally prepared still at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm here to tell everybody, stay focused. Stay focused, stay ready. Never take your foot off the pedal. And I tell you that because when you do, you get complacent. And I don't care what nobody say, you do.
Complacency kills.
So, stay focused, man, and prepare the right way. And prepare for the worst. Prepare for the better. Prepare for all outcomes. I know this may sound, off topic. Like most people probably like, what the hell is he talking about today? But no, seriously though, this is one of them situations where it's prepared. I'm a person that I like to prepare. I like to prep. And I say those things because I lack a lot of it recently in the last couple of months. And now it's time to just take everything to the next level.
Right. I like
And
that.
if I can show you guys how to do it, I will like to show you in my best abilities and form. So, I don't know.
I understand it completely. Prepping, preparing, looking at the long run of things. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad you kind of said that because we've been bogged down so much in today's society with so much electronics and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
We forget the originating aspect of how we got to where we are now.
That was somebody giving us $2. Soon.
That's soon.
Super chats and all that coming soon.
Yeah, we gonna start adding that.
But that's what I mean by preparation and preparedness, man. I'm trying to prepare
My
us.
fault now, and I forgot to turn that off.
I'm trying to prepare us, man.
Definitely. You know what? We might do a OF joint too. Just to get out there. You know, we ain't gonna. We might do a OF joint.
Anything, man.
Because we want to because I know there's certain things that we can do and certain things that we can't say.
Yeah.
So we try to keep it limited, but there are certain platforms that we're gonna probably bang out that you're gonna be able to get all that in a nutshell.
So, when we talk about this preparing for everything, it can be a job, getting a new apartment. It could be having a kid. It can be
just
school, just anything. Whatever it is in your life you want to do, you have to prepare.
Preparation is key.
So you have to do it the correct way. And so the things that I think that you should do is first remove the unnecessary. Remove the unnecessary things that you're willing to get rid of that does not make absolutely no sense and brings no value.
How do I know what that is though?
So I like to write things down. I like to write down pros and I like to write down cons. And sometimes they can flip flop. And when you write down your pros and your cons, you can automatically see the cons that you should and can automatically get rid of. And then now when you look at your pros, you look down the list of your pros, and there's some things that you go, and so then put a check mark. Put a check mark right on those, right? And so when you put a check mark on those, review them. See why you gave it that, and then start debating if it's worth value, if it's not worth value. A lot of times people say remove the people. It can go both ways, but I feel like when you remove people, you remove one substance that you may need to get you over that hump in the near future. So I'm not really opposed to removing everybody.
But there are certain things that
But some people I'm willing to remove, yeah.
There are certain things, and a lot of people might not want to hear that, especially when it comes to things that you're close to.
Another thing, when you don't want to remove it because you have some sort of ties, like you just were saying, you're very, very close to it. Question why. That also can help you remove some of that unnecessary, because once you start questioning why and there's no validity, it almost brings a question mark. That's what it brings, a question mark. So there's different ways you can pinpoint those things out as far as the unnecessary. Netflix, and I say this, I was watching a video earlier today, and it was about a woman getting her hair cut, and she had long, beautiful hair. It was beautiful hair, whatever. And the video was, you may think that she's cutting it because she want to be different. She's going against, she's opposing all the things of women and yada yada yada
and things like that.
And when I came to find out of this video was, she was cutting her hair down because she was going to become a doctor. And in order to become the doctor, she needed this time. She needed time to focus, time to study, time. She pretty much she was preparing. She needed time to prepare. So what she did was she trimmed her hair down because it would shave less time
in doing what she got
to do.
Wow.
But she still looked gorgeous. It wasn't like it was all the way down to the hair that I had.
She ain't hit you with the Tony Braxton joint.
No.
Or the Karen cut.
It was enough to where you still had to do something, but not a lot.
Not a lot.
Yep.
So she shaved off a little. And shaved off. She shaved off a little bit of her time in her hair care routine to take care of something else.
A long-term
goal, but still be able to keep her femininity. I can dig it.
When I read that, or watched it, when I watched it and was listening to it, I laughed because that's what I was doing to my hair two times now. This is the third go around.
Oh, for your hair?
For my hair. The first time I did it, I didn't want to have the time. I had no longer had the time to be able to keep up with my hair.
Right.
The waves, the brushing. So I wanted to grow it. And I didn't have time to I wasn't able to get to a barbershop. So so I understood that whole concept of the time. And when I looked at it, I was like, wow. that goes to my next thing, sacrifice. You got to sacrifice.
Mm.
So even though there may be a something that you don't want to give up, there may be a time where you have to sacrifice to give that up. So when you know is when you know what you want and where you want to be at.
Mm.
So it's just not well, how do you know what to give up? You're going to know what to give up when you know what you want in your life.
You know what you want.
You're going to know.
When you don't want to be bothered by certain things, especially when you get to a certain age.
And when it becomes detrimental.
Yeah, and there are certain things you don't want to put yourself or be involved in. And you now at the age that you are now, you have that choice to eliminate certain things. Some people may not like it or understand it,
Mm-hmm.
but then you have a chance for yourself to eliminate certain things to keep your mind focused and take care of what you need to take care of. And a lot of people may not like that or understand it, but for the betterment of your well-being, if you can realize that and you see it and
Mm-hmm.
you put those steps in to take care of it, that's for you. Now, when I get to where I need to get, and if I'm willing to tell you the reason why
Mm-hmm.
I had to do this or whatever it may be, you may not like that. You may say things like, "Oh, well, I'm here for you, and I could have helped you with it." I didn't feel like that.
Nope. And at this point, I got where I got.
I did it because without it. So as you can see, I did it because I won't say cut you off,
Mm-hmm.
but I cut back on certain things that I used to do for the betterment of what I see in the long run.
Yep.
And a lot of people don't understand that. If you were involved, maybe I wouldn't have progressed as much as I did, but because I did eliminate that and I'm able to do it, now I'm able to bring you, I won't say bring you back in, but I can get back with you and do what we do. But at the same time, I felt, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
man, listen. There's been times where I had to do some stuff that I didn't want to do. And I
can we talk about that live? I don't know if we can do that.
Yeah, those things.
Good grief.
About,
statute of limitations.
Yeah, right. No, there's been some things that I did that I didn't want to do, but it was called sacrifice. And even now, and I'm speaking on these things today because I got to do some more sacrificing and more sacrificing, and I'm willing to take those steps to get there. And so I want you to know that I have the confidence, and I want you to have the confidence also, because I'm a person that had no confidence, and I built myself up, I built my self-esteem up, I built my confidence up. I still have issues in some areas, but I'm working on all that stuff.
We still all do.
But I'm preparing to tackle those things, and as I'm going forward towards those items. So, you just, again, man, you just got to stay 10 toes ahead, 10
toes down.
And make these 10 fingers work, man.
Ooh.
Don't just make a couple of them work. Make all of them work.
Make everything work for you. You're here for a reason to take care of certain things. You gotta make it work.
Yep.
Just don't be a couch potato. Couch potatoes turn into fries. And sheep will become steaks on the table.
So when you prepare for them great lives, those that new house, prepare that there's gonna be damages. There's gonna be big bills.
Yeah, because you know what? You see all those big houses and stuff. But those with the houses, like there's a show. It's not a show, but it's like a guy that walks around on YouTube and he goes to the houses that people buy out there in the valley in LA and everything. Houses are beautiful, big windows, pool, the retractable walls and basements and all that stuff. But the bills
that come with
that, if you can't handle
be prepared.
I won a lottery. And I won that big bill. I won a couple $1 million. You know what I'm saying? I won a couple $1 million. So So why would I go out there and buy me a $500,000 home?
Yep.
Why would I buy a couple $100,000 vehicle? You know what I'm saying?
Don't make no sense.
Donut. Zero.
Make no sense. So prepare. Think about those things. Like really, really think and evaluate. Take the time. Shoes, sneakers.
Whoa! What are we doing?
Take the time to think about if it's worth the value, the shoe, if you plan on wearing it, keeping it. A lot of times we buy these sneakers on impulse, and then now you.
I'm not liking this conversation, Dre.
You sit with a room.
I'm not liking this conversation, Dre.
I'm just saying, man. You sitting with a room full of sneakers.
You know what? We're gonna blink this out right now.
We're sitting in a room full of sneakers and all that, man, and you just be like, did I need these? Did I need these? Did I need these? Because you just purchased off impulse with no plan. You just went off a hype and watched numerous videos to get you hyped up.
Oh, you ready? I got something in my closet that will go with those.
And never do it.
That's one, and I got something in my closet that I've been waiting to try and find to purchase that will go with those.
Mm-hmm.
And it just sits there, and you're still waiting.
So, prepare.
Think
and prepare the money you're spending, the cost of it sitting, the money you spent after the cost of it sitting.
Ooh.
And then when you need something that needs to get done and you looking at your room and you see that thing is just sitting there chilling, you didn't need it. Now, if there's an investment, you bought the shoe for $100, it got $500 for it, you can potentially go up to $3,000 and stuff like that. That's something totally different. But if you got a shoe that's just sitting there with no substance or hype or whatever you want to call it, and you just like to buy, eventually at some point in time, you're going to fall short and look at a whole box full of sneakers and no house.
You move into a whole new house with no...
And ain't prepared for a lick of nothing. And so now guess what's going to happen? You're going to sacrifice and get rid of some of them shoes because you got other things that you need and you didn't prepare for that. And then now you lost out on some sort of extra income, and you lost out on money and sneakers because you could have been prepared, and now you just got to do what you got to do. So just think, man. And I know we off topic on this one.
It's not even off topic because guess what? That's for some guys that enjoy collecting and being, I want to say, a part of the. Would you say that's cultural? Sneaker collecting and all that stuff.
Yep.
Okay, boom. Let's get to the reality part. Things like collecting silver, gold, hard tangible assets that when the dollar becomes absolutely nothing. I mentioned that before and I'm going to keep on mentioning it because it's a major key and intrinsic part of our everyday life. We forget about trading and bartering, things like that. When crap hit the fan, crap ain't crap. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So there's things that we have to probably, gardening, learning how to fix a flat, how to fish, how to transfer bad water into clear water, all these things, how to sew, all this stuff that may sound crazy for some people and sound like out of pocket, but these are the basic necessities that you're going to need. You might want to go learn how to hunt for my people that are 2A. For those people, even if you're not 2A, there's going to be a time when, if heaven forbid, anything happened and those grocery stores run out of food. Heaven forbid you don't have a garden. Heaven forbid you don't know how to trade because you don't know how to. Yeah. These are the basic things that we have took for granted that we don't even pay attention to anymore.
And I'm letting you know now, sneakers ain't got no value or none of that when it comes to it.
It don't. It's nice to have, it may look good to an extent, but I don't know. I guess when you get older, does it really kind of? From the aspect of looking nice to worrying about if you're going to be able to make it another day. Those sneakers aren't going to mean absolutely jack.
Nope.
Nice to have for the moment, but like I said before, when crap hits the fan, fans ain't crap. You know what I'm saying? So, preparing, taking care of things, You might be the person that a lot of the family members that thought you was crazy to be going to be the ones that be the main ones trying to call you.
Mm-hmm.
And check with your conspiracy friends. Man, you sure was right about so-and-so, man. Yo, can we come over? You got enough room, you got enough this, you got enough food, you got enough storage. Prepping, preparing, we don't think about that because we're so busy and out in the world that we don't pay attention to some of that.
And that's why we work together well, because you be spitting the stuff that I be like, yeah, you gotta think about that stuff too, man.
That's what we hear, baby.
You know,
yo, Nino Brown and G Money. Nah, remember when Dutta Man was in the car? He was like, yo, no, I'm explaining to you. G Money was basically doing his own thing. And Nino Brown said, remember when we was at each one, teach one?
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing we doing now. Now, the analogy of them two together.
We used to stick together. Come on, man.
Even Dutta Man was like, yo, this ain't right. But the reason why I brought up that analogy is because
my brother's keeper.
Damn. because it's real. But the aspect of each one teach one was a program back in the days that they used. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say that constantly, because it's true. People that hoard knowledge, the ones that believe, because you got to think about it. For centuries and for years and centuries, there were people that were hoarders of knowledge. If you can predict the next time there could be an eclipse in the sky, you can have a heavy majority of belief over a group of people that don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's stuff like that. But then once again, guess what? I like you. I think you're pretty smart. I'm gonna tell you how I know how the sun gonna eclipse over da. So that's two people.
Mm-mm-mm.
Now there's a third person that I tell. So guess what that means? Those were the people that were involved in basically moving how you do it. I'll give you a crazy example. And I don't know if you want to cut it short or whatever we want to do. Remember the movie The Lion King?
Okay.
Remember Lion King?
Yeah.
Like, he got that face.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay.
Okay. Remember Lion King, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember when Simba was born?
Mm-hmm.
You had Mufasa. You had the wife. I can't think of her name right now at the moment. And Simba was born.
Okay.
You're the parents, right?
Yeah.
Simba's your kid, right? Simba's your child.
Mm-hmm.
What did they do when he was born? Who did they give him to?
Oh, that monkey.
They gave him to Mufasa. I'm sorry. Rafiki. They gave him to Rafiki.
I was about to be thrown off.
No. They gave him to Rafiki. Why would they give Simba to Rafiki? Because Rafiki was the priest.
Yeah.
Rafiki was the one to let everyone know that there was a new heir to the throne, which basically told you that Mufasa, who was the king, didn't have the power. The priest had the power. The ones that have that intelligence or that knowledge, so to speak, had the power. That's why Mufasa gave it to Rafiki. Because Rafiki, who was known as the priest, had to think about it. He has the power. You watch that whole Lion King basically gives you the whole story of how they think. Remember, they was together. All the animals was together when Simba was born. All that stuff happened. The utopia that they claimed that they wanted, that Scar was basically willing to give them, wasn't a utopia at all. It was chaos. It was detrimental. It was just nasty.
That is crazy.
Scar died. Simba became king. What did the animals? What happened to the animals? They weren't together anymore.
No.
They were separated into their own little areas. That's what they want to do. They don't want you guys to. They don't want us to be together. They want to keep us separated in little holes and things like that. This is why you have to prep. The more you prep, the more you pay attention to see what they're doing to us. They want to separate us. They want us to keep. They want to keep us separated so we don't get together. Because the more I worry about a color issue, I don't worry about what they're doing behind the scenes. That's going to put us all in shackles. Not just one color, but all of us. They want to put us all branded, not just a black or a white or Asian or any other race. They want us all to be under their control. And it has nothing to do with your color. When they barcode you and they start scanning you and you look like you're going through the Matrix or THX or something like that. That's why we need to stick together. Because for us, for my peoples overseas, and it's even overseas, but for us as Americans, it's an ideal. It's one reason why people come here, because of the American ideal for freedom.
All right. So, that was pretty deep.
My fault.
Nah, that's good. We need this type of conversations, man. But
because it's getting crazy, and I see it, and I'm probably gonna take a lot of flack for what I'm about to say. They want to use us as the gunpowder to start their martial law. That's why they always put these kind of cases and things in the forefront, because they know that we are the ones that are the most emotional. So the chaos that you see that will come from us is what they're going to use to wrap it up. And that's when you get a Kent State. That's when you get, what was it at? A Minnesota situation. All that. Because they want to bring it, you cause the chaos, you know what that means? They can't do it. You're going to bring in martial law. What is martial law? It means your police officers no longer have the control. That means the military has control of your police department, and the military will dictate how things are run. And they will use people as a powder keg to start. They will use our people as a powder keg to start that off. And they know that. I'm gonna give you a quick quote, real quick, from a man named Israel Cohen from 1913. Because, you know, I can't do something without giving some type of, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Hit them with that juice.
Juice.
They need this, man.
And it's real talk. I'm going to pull it up. Because it's true. As soon as I pull it up, y'all got to give me a second. Because, you know, I keep a bunch of books. And I just want to make sure I want to get it right. You got anything you want to say real quick, Dre? So, I'm looking for this, man. I'm sorry about that.
Nah, you good. So speaking back on, let me see. Prepared. Oh, speaking on being prepared. So we're preparing to go live, right?
Right.
And we want to go live. We want to talk to everybody, be able to see the chats in the comments. Can somebody please help us? Please. Because we would like to actually speak to y'all. In these conversations that we're having, we would like the people to at least phone in, call in, chat, text. And we're trying to prepare for this. We're two people in beginner stages. So if anybody can definitely point us and lead us to the right direction, I gratefully
we will appreciate it.
So, because we're trying to prepare for that. So as we're speaking on being prepared and preparing. So,
from the quote from Israel Cohen from 1913, This is what he said. Now pay attention. We must realize that our party's most powerful weapon is racial tension.
Okay.
By propounding into the consciousness of the dark races that for centuries they have been oppressed by the whites, we can move them to a program of the Communist Party. In America, we will aim for subtle victory. While inflaming the Negro minority against the whites, we will instill in the whites a guilt complex for their exploitation of the Negroes. We will aid the Negroes to rise to prominence in every walk of life, in the professions, and in the world of sports and entertainment. With this prestige, the Negro will be able to intermarry with the whites and begin a process which will deliver America to our communist cause. And that's from 1913. So, this program has been into place to use us as cannon fodder to instill into their martial law. Don't let them do it. Go woke, go broke.
Hit the like, comment, and subscribe down below. And let us know how you feel about these topics, man.
Please.
And we'll be speaking to you all very, very soon. And again, if anybody can help us prepare to give y'all some blessings, more blessings, we're going live, and I think StreamYard will probably be a good one. If anybody can help with connecting StreamYard to the laptops, to the phones and stuff like that, give us a shout, please.
We'll appreciate that.
We'll definitely appreciate that. But we're trying to prepare, man, to give y'all something great. So as we prepare, we want y'all to be prepared. And as we prepare, we want you guys to prepare yourselves and show you guys how to prepare. So
we all in this together, baby. Each one teach one.
You know? So y'all have a great day out there and stay blessed.